There's a fresh story, come and see. With Olivia and Jenny, be who you need to be. Honest voices, safe and strong. Come as you are, you belong. So take a breath, let's begin. You're not alone, we're here again.
You want to kick it off or you want me to kick it off?
I'll kick it off.
I ask every week.
And every week I say, I'll kick it off. Welcome back to the weekly wrap-up.
Weekly wrap-up.
The weekly wrap-up. I had trouble saying that. A little bit of a... What do you call that? That's not eroticism, is it? Is
I have no
eroticism when
idea.
you have trouble? I don't know. Okay. Anyway. Welcome to the weekly wrap-up with Olivia and Jenny. Thanks for coming.
I'm currently writing our agenda out
and I think
while
did
we
you
are
just
talking.
work out and then shower?
I just worked out, so I'm sweating. I'm like actively sweating.
I need to tell you, I put on this shirt that I washed last night. I thought it was dry. This arm, not dry, but it's actually nice. It's cooling.
Yeah, it's cooling.
It's got a cooling effect.
It hugs you coolly. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just barely damp.
We'll talk about my walking this week.
Very jealous.
So, welcome. It is very, very rainy here in New York. What's the weather there? What's the
Sunny
weather?
and like 68 degrees. And the thing about there's like something with the Scottish sun where even if it's like 50 degrees, when you're in the sun, you will roast. Like it's gorgeous in the sun. And then in the shade, you'll be very cold. So 70 degrees here often feels like 85 other places. It feels very warm. And I don't just think it's that I'm used to it because it's always been like that. So it's gorgeous here. We both got outside. Thomas and I both got outside a little bit today.
Yes, you did. You went to go. What did you go to pick up today?
We picked up, well, I think there needs to be some context around this, which is that apartments in the UK or in Scotland, I don't know about the rest of the UK, I think so, often come, sort of like the mid-range apartments come furnished. This apartment came furnished. And then there's also stuff that people have like just left here, like my desk. Was left by the previous tenant. It's basically a store, like a shelving unit, but with like a desk level shelf, which is great for me. But like the beds, and people are always shocked by this, as am I. The beds come here. The mattresses were here when Thomas moved in. He moved in before me. He moved in right when we started talking. Right when I moved into my apartment in Long Island, he moved in here the same day, actually. We have a new mattress in our bedroom now, but like there's bed in the office too, and that mattress is supplied by the landlord. There's like weird stuff. Like there's couches here. There's a table. I bought us chairs because the chairs that were provided were folding chairs, rattan folding chairs. Imagine like living your life dinner in a rattan folding chair is horrible.
Like you're a dinner party guest?
Like at your dinner every night.
Right.
I'm trying to think what else. There was like a desk in the bedroom when Thomas moved in that we've gotten rid of. Bedside table. Not a ton of furniture, but one of the things that was supplied was a coffee table. And I'm using quotes because it's not really a coffee table. What it was a spool for cable. One of those huge spools. So there's holes in the top.
Original.
And lazy. I mean, how did they even get it up here? It's heavy. Like Thomas doesn't want to get rid of it because he's like, I don't want to bring it down. And so we've been using it as a coffee table for all these years. And I patched the holes and we have multiple tablecloths on it. And it was like passable and it was fine. We don't spend a ton of time in the living room, except for the fact that we eat in there because there's also the table in there. And the couches are nice in there. But we got a TV recently and the TV misplaced Thomas's traveling amp. And then he took out his electric guitar and he put it on the coffee table, which he liked because it was like he would just push it away. But it was like on its own table. And then we realized we really needed a coffee table. And frankly, it's been interesting because like trying to convince a man who's never had to buy furniture, never moved with furniture, that buying furniture is actually like totally okay, has been a road, but he's there. He's with me now. He likes the chairs that I bought. They're much more comfortable. And so I bought a coffee table at the British Heart Foundation, which always support charity shops if you can, and also There's nothing wrong with the used coffee table. Like, there's nothing about it that makes it less table-y. And so we bought a pine coffee table, which was like our first piece of furniture that we like went and, well, we have like a little like bed, like a couch table, but like that we like kind of like ever like went and picked up in like a big way. I bought it yesterday and we picked it up today. And then I went to the shop. That was our little outside time. So it was lovely. It was hot. I felt bad. Thomas had to bring the coffee table all upstairs. I wasn't present for that. I went to the grocery store, so I didn't have to be present for that.
It got there.
Yeah, and he's gonna give it a nice wipe down later. And yeah, so we're now proud owners of a coffee table. 2 years into our marriage.
And you're going to write a coffee table book about coffee tables?
I'm gonna steal that one from Kramer.
So you came on the show and said you had an idea for a segment.
Yeah, it was called "Tell Me Something I Don't Know."
Okay.
It was really your idea, but I named it.
Oh, you stole it from me. Like
Yeah.
everything else, people are stealing things from me this week.
Why should I not get in on it? You know what I mean?
Well, first of all, I'm still sweating like a pig because I didn't give myself, sorry people,
call
enough
yourself a
time.
pig? No, I mean, why would you do that to yourself?
Okay, I'm sweating like a, pigs are adorable.
Pigs are adorable. It's not a nice connotation.
Okay, okay, fine. I'm
You're
just
sweaty.
like
Like a woman who just worked out and then for some reason put on a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, it's a sweater, Joe. But because I have I'm trying different looks for the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see what works better. And so this is another not expensive, I'm not going to say where it's from, but not expensive sweater. But here's my thing is that I'm definitely going to stain it today. And I told myself
it's white.
It's a white. I'm trying to see what different. We're planning to film some like webinars and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to see what works best on screen.
Right.
So I'm trying these like less expensive color sweaters first.
Yes.
But I told myself that if I stain it, I will tie-dye it this summer because I love tie-dyeing.
I would like to reference Ali Chevria, who always says like, wear the clothes you are the occasion. I messaged her last night and I was like, I've been wearing white shirts because they're from H&M. I can get new ones. I can tie-dye them whenever.
And honestly, this would pick up tie-dye colors. It's like really nice knit.
Yeah,
so I'm like, oh, okay.
That'd be cool.
Oh, so I'm sweating. But yes,
that's something I knew, by the way.
Something that you don't know with a new sweater. What is something that you don't know from this week? I don't know. We talk all day.
You're the one that
I know because I said, wouldn't it be fun to have things that we share?
So we're going to start something you don't know next week.
Okay, so I'll keep a secret from you all week. And then
I also am trying to, I like the more neutral colors. This is, I'm very proud of myself. I like getting stuff from charity shops. But I have a real hard time with clothing because I have like, there's just like a ickiness factor for me that's not real, right? Like I know that I'm not like actually like that, like, I don't know, like, I'm not like an obsessively clean person. I just like have like, I mean, don't say no. Like,
I mean, like you're not like OCD, like you go shopping.
I go shopping. And if I'm willing to try clothes on at the store, like the charity shop's the same. The charity shops here like steam clean all their clothes. You know what? I tried it on in the store. I liked it. It's from a company called Monkey that I've never heard of before. And I just threw it in the laundry when I got home.
Yeah, we do that at the thrift shop a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week I'm going to hide a story from you and we'll share it on. I'm trying to think if there's anything this week. We had a really great week of interviews. We have
another one coming up right after this.
After this, we had some really fantastic people, and we released an episode of A Fresh Story in honor of Bailey Grogan. We talked to her mom, Shawnee, about her life and why it's so important to have healthcare proxies for your children.
Yeah.
Something which I'm going to just be shouting for your 18-year-old and up children. I mean, every time I see somebody talking about their kid going to college now, I'm going to say, make sure you have a healthcare proxy.
And for adults that aren't married, need them too.
Yeah, sorry, I muted myself to clear my throat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
and
that
for
was
adults
me.
that aren't married, need them too. And I think that that's not something. I'm sorry, I'm leaning in and out of the microphone.
Yeah,
that's not something. Okay, that's not something we talk about a lot. But we are going to be running a workshop about not exactly like the legal side of it, but like getting that going, because I think a lot of us know we need a will. A lot of us know that we need documents that are like, what are my passwords? Where are my bank accounts? And I think that it feels really scary to do those things. So we are going to be running a series of 6 workshops, like to get your life in order. That is going to be one of them. Keep your eyes posted for that. We have to schedule those out. I tried to schedule them with Olivia last Friday, and we did push that one off. just scheduling it.
Well, it's a weird time of year.
Yeah, we just were like, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll work on that segment. Okay,
Yeah.
so anyway, we had great interviews. We talked to a bunch of people that you'll hear about more when we release the episodes. I wanted to talk about our friend Laura Danger has a amazing new book out. I pulled it up because I want to read the title. So we met Laura, my gosh, like 3 years ago at this point. Like she was one of the first people we had on the show, and we've become
do you remember
good friends.
that day when the internet
I do.
went out of that?
Yeah. And we'll have her back on to talk about her book. But she's been working on this book on her platform since we met her. And it's finally in pre-order, which I have a pre-order copy coming. It's going to be released on January 6th, 2026. It is called No More Mediocre, a call to reimagine our relationships and demand more. And it says, from licensed educator and TikTok phenom, Laura Danger, an insightful and practical guide that will teach you how to recognize unproductive dynamics at home, transform your relationships, find your community, and break free from a life of mediocrity, which I just love every single thing that she talks about, and she's so brilliant. Yeah. So we will put a link to that in the show notes. Go pre-order her book. Pre-orders are really important for authors because it tells the bookstores. I know we talked about this last week too, but I'm going to keep talking about it
every week. It's our podcast.
Yeah, because it helps the bookstores order the books. It helps, the publishers understand what's being bought and stuff like that. What else did we do this week? Well, I feel like we did like a lot of things this week. I don't even know what we did. We launched
we did a lot of things.
You did a big launch of our divorce education. What are we calling it? Library? What's it called?
The Divorce Education Library.
Yep. Which is basically like a ton of free resources on questions about divorce and information about divorce. Because as anybody knows who's listening, we believe in free support for divorce. So any of our any of our resources can be accessed for free for divorce resources. So that you can go to the website now and find that. We'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah. That's right under the resources tab on our website. It's called the Divorce Education Library. It is still growing. We have 50 plus questions as of now that you may be asking during your divorce. They're tagged. They're totally searchable. Everything from like, can my ex just say that they're taking full custody, to what about pets, to one I did today, which I thought was interesting, which was, what about family heirlooms I received during my marriage? We're really, and if you have questions and you don't see them there, like, let me know. I'd love to answer. We'd love to answer it and get it up there. Because if you're asking it, other people are asking it too.
Yeah. And we also have our divorce guide, which is a lot of questions to ask the experts in your life.
Yeah.
When you're going through, we have so many resources. We have so many articles. I did one last week that ended up being it's about 10 pages worth of an article that is what to ask a lawyer that you want in your settlement. That you didn't know, because oftentimes women will come to me and say, my soon-to-be ex-husband got the lawyer and they're asking me what I want out of the divorce. I don't even know what I want. And so I did a lot of research on that one, put that one together, sent that out to a couple people. We do have an event coming up this month. Is it this month? I guess it is, with Rebecca Stewart.
May 25th or something?
Yeah, soon.
Yeah.
She's a fitness instructor. We need to get that one out there. And
do an email next week.
Yeah. And it's going to be about kind of reclaiming your body after divorce. And we talk about, and her episode of Divorce Happens, which is coming out soon, we actually do talk about sex after divorce and how you can kind of feel good in your body again, which is super important. And she has a great
she's a course coming out.
My brain is not working today.
No, it's not. It's maybe because
the rain is very distracting.
She's a wonderful course coming out called Chill Mobility. I don't exactly know the launch date for it, but it looks amazing. We've seen it. We've watched her and coached her.
She sent it to me last night to review it, so I'm excited.
That's awesome. It is what
it's 4 weeks
modules?
it's 4 weeks and it's 4 weeks.
I am butchering this. Yeah, 4 weeks. It's 3 modules.
3 modules a week for 10 minutes. 10 minutes at a time, which is why I love it, because that's how I work. That's how I work out. And she takes you through it, but it's filmed in her living room. It's totally accessible. her cat's around her. Like, it's very real, literally chill mobility. And so I'm excited to do that. It's going to be, I think, $149 for the whole month.
$149, yeah.
And you get a lifetime access.
Yeah, you get it for lifetime.
Mhm.
And I think that we don't discuss enough, as we don't discuss many things related to female bodies and male bodies, mobility. Mobility is an incredibly important facet to keep you youthful and to keep your body moving in the ways that you want, is the mobility of it all. And we love Rebecca. We love all of our experts, but she's so wonderful. So we're very excited to do this event with her, and that her awesome course is coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's go into our what was like a win of your week this week?
Why am I unprepared for this every time?
I mean, we do this usually later in the episode, but we'll just kick it off because we have so much we can
we'll kick
go
it
into.
Off. What is a win? I'm really trying to stay. I think I discussed last week, like the sort of my brain trying to drag me into the fear when things are good, and I think I told you this week I wanted to get off the roller coaster of me.
Yeah.
And so I've been really trying to focus on that, and just the win has been recognizing our growth and the fact that, this is something you don't know, is that I've coined our mornings dinky mornings, because now I am making an income, and so we are now dual income, no kids. And I felt like I was texting with a friend of mine who lives in India, my friend Hannah, and she's got 2 kids, and she had to like go get ready for Shabbat and stuff like that, and she had like a whole stuff going on.
in India?
Yeah, temporarily, but like not like long-term temporarily.
Interesting.
David, her husband, works in some sort of like either ambassador or diplomatic sense, and they're in India. And I think she said they're going to be there for like another year. But anyway, I was just laughing because like she's always up early with her kids, and I was like getting up at 10:30, having some coffee, and it was like a dinky morning. We were just like, dinking around, like
Thinking around. There you go. Coined that term.
Yeah,
thinking around.
Thinking around. We're moving slow. And I like took a shower, and I blew dry my hair, and I got some new dresses that I wanted to show Thomas. And oh my God, I know what my celebration is this week. How did I
know.
forget?
How could you forget?
How could I forget?
It's been the topic of conversation all week.
I've been telling everybody about this. I bought jeans. And I think the other women out there understand what a celebration this is, because jeans are so hard. And I have felt, honestly, like there was something wrong with my body for the last 4 years, longer than that, 6 years. And the first 2 of those, definitely my ex helped me thinking there was something wrong with my body. But I have felt like there was something wrong with my body because every time I put jeans on, they are so high on me. They do like horrible, weird things to my body. And I was like, I guess I'm just not meant to wear jeans. I remember when I did wear jeans, weren't those nice times? And their jeans or like a twill pant are a very important thing to have in your wardrobe, especially when you live in a colder weather city. Like it's not always appropriate to wear leggings, and you don't always want to be in a dress. When we go to the movies and it's like warmish outside, but not warm, I don't really want to wear a dress and have like my thighs on the movie theater seat, And so I've been looking, and I bought some cute pairs. I went out with some friends and I bought some cute pairs, but like I would go out in them and I'd be like, they're so high. They were coming up to at least 2 or 3 inches above my belly button. And so I was like, I'm just going to start looking seriously. And I went to Princess Street the other day, which is like the major sort of affordable shopping street. There's also George Street, which is like where Abercrombie is, and like a lot of the nicer stores are. George Street is where, like, I don't know, it's like very common retail. H&M, Marks and Spencer, Primark is there. So I went to all those places, and I'm trying on skinny jeans because I know that we're not supposed to be wearing skinny jeans anymore, but who cares what we're supposed to be wearing? I thought I liked them. But I feel like something's different with the skinny jeans than from when they first came out. Like they're like loose behind my knees, and they were all so high, and I was like trying to find mid-rise ones, but everything is high rise or ultra high rise right now. I don't know why, to be honest with you. I don't know what other people's bodies are like, but mine, it just does horrible things, and they're brutally uncomfortable. And so I was just walking down the street, and I was feeling like not really defeated, but like a little like, ugh, like, and I passed Levi's, and I was like, well, you're here, because it's like a 25-minute walk for me to get to Princess Street. So it's not, and it's also like a lot of people. It's not my neighborhood. Like it's kind of a pain in the butt to get there. And I walked by Levi's and I was like, you're here. And I walked into Levi's and there was just this wonderful woman that was working there that I wrote, by the way, I did a survey today. They sent me a survey. And I was like, I wish I knew her name. I don't know her name. And I just shouted her out.
Sure, if you tell her the time that she worked, they could figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I have there was they know when I was there,
right?
You know. And they also know who made my sale.
Got it.
Because she did make my sale.
Right.
And so I walked in and this really sweet girl was there and she was like, can I help you? And you know, it's one of those moments where you're like, am I going to talk to this person or am I just going to be like, no, I'm good. And I took my headphones out and I was like, yeah, I was like, I think I just figured out by then that other people weren't having the same problem with their rises, that probably other people's high rise jeans were not going all the way under their bra practically. And so I explained it to her and she goes, I have the same problem and I know exactly what you mean. And she grabbed me a bunch of pairs and she was like, she said, what are you into? I said, well, I think maybe I want a boyfriend cut or something like that. I like something that's lower, rise. And then not loose, but not tight. I don't want a skinny jegging. I want and she brought me some jeans and she's brought me 4 pairs, 2 of each kind. And she was like, these are the smaller size. I don't know if they'll fit, but I thought you meant the color. And those were the ones that fit. And I tried the other ones on and I was excited to put my jeans back on. And I posted a picture on Instagram and Raina messaged me. She was like, those look amazing on you. I was like, I know, I feel so good. And so it just feels really nice. Cause I feel like jeans are a staple and it's really hard to not be oh, what am I going to wear out? I just need a bottom sometimes to go with things. So I bought jeans and I finally feel I don't know, it just feels really settled and it feels really good to know that it feels like my wardrobe is settled. I don't have a huge wardrobe. I don't have a ton of clothes. I try to keep it pretty small. We don't have a ton of space, so that feels good. So that's my win for the week.
I realized something I didn't tell you that I was going to I'll tell you. It's about you, and I'm not going to cut this. So for those people that don't know, when Jenny was supposed to get married and then her engagement broke up, and she always laughs because the way I tell the story is that I say
the truth.
And then her fiance, I know, but the way I say it,
I love it.
And her fiance said he didn't say that. Then her fiance said he didn't love her anymore.
Yes.
So I'm working on some kind of explainer videos about us and things like that. And so I was kind of quilting together your video and writing the script kind of behind, slowly this week. And I was like, I think I'm just going to write this is Jenny. In 2020, Jenny was supposed to get married. And then her fiance said he didn't love her anymore. I know. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Well,
and then,
I made the video that's what happens when your fiance says he doesn't love you anymore. It's life happens.
Yeah, I'm going to work on that because you have some great pictures of you moving out and stuff like that. Okay. Well, I'm very happy.
These men don't know that they're giving us a great line. And if you hear this, know that we're grateful for it. It's a wonderful line. Nobody
Thank you
holds
for the
it
content.
Against you. I'm very grateful for my life that I have now. We're very happy.
Well, last week we asked if my ex listened to it. So this week, let's ask him. He's subscribed to our mailing list.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Hi. He was very supportive of us.
I know. He was excited.
Yeah.
Well,
no. Yeah.
I mean, truth is truth.
No, but yeah, I think it's hysterical. And I felt very not crazy in that moment because it kind of felt like you didn't love me anymore for a long time.
So thanks.
So it felt good. Yeah. I have to say thank you to him. And I get to live this life now with that man in the other room who
I know I need a good video that you can share because you did give me videos to use of the beach background, but then some of them have a pan of Thomas reading a book.
Yeah.
And I'm I don't know if she wants the whole internet seeing him
I didn't
shirtless.
know I mean, I don't care. And he would say he doesn't care, but I think I don't know. I'll ask him.
We'll have to get I need some videos of the two of you that are safe for work.
They don't exist.
Okay, so that jeans were positive this week. Love that for you.
Yeah, what was positive in your week? What was a win?
I'm obsessed with my walking pad. I'm obsessed with my treadmill. I said to Mom and Pat last night, I'm there's no going back to a different lifestyle for me.
There's a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change.
How many miles have you walked about every day?
About 5. Well, I do about 4 on the treadmill, and then I walk 1 with Weston.
That's insane for you. I mean, it's more than I'm walking, and I live in a walkable city.
But it's in chunks. Here's the thing.
I don't know why you always caveat
I don't know, because
that.
I don't know. I get very sweaty, obviously, and so I don't. Yeah. I have to be careful. I can't walk before that, like, if it's you, it's one thing. But, like, I'm not going to walk, like, before, like, a podcast interview or whatever.
But here's the thing. You weren't walking 5
at
miles
all.
a day
No,
before.
and, like, where it's really been helping me is with podcast stuff, because podcasting for me is a lot of just clicking. It's clicking,
Right.
it's editing.
Clicking and waiting and listening.
It's waiting, it's listening, it's
Yeah.
downloading. And I walk about 2 miles an hour. And, and then what my schedule is I try to walk in the morning. I'll walk interspersedly. That's not a word.
No, I like it. Make it a word.
During the day.
Interspersedly.
So, like after this, we have a podcast recording. Now, and then in my head, I'm like, okay, it doesn't really matter what happens after the podcast because we just have co-working. I don't care how I look for that.
Yeah.
And then I have a divorce consult. Nobody ever cares how I look for that. So, like, I can walk, and I'm not walking while I'm doing those things, but I can be. Well, I'll walk during co-working.
Yeah.
I'll do walk during co-working. But then what happens is then the kids come home, and typically Weston and he really tries to get everybody outside. He made Mom and Pat walk a mile yesterday too.
No.
Yeah. And he, like, shames them. He's like, we only have 2 more to go. Like, you're going to go inside.
So funny.
So, like, we'll walk a mile. So this is what happens. It's like, I'll get super sweaty between, like, 2, and then I'll change to get the kids off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Then sometimes I'll walk before dinner, depending on, like, what the kids are doing. We'll eat dinner, then I'll go for a walk, and then I'll come back, and usually then I'll sit for a little while, catch up on emails, and then I'll walk probably between, like, 8 and 9-ish.
But like, here's the thing. You were maybe walking a mile a day with Weston.
That was it.
You live in a place where you drive everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you had no reason to walk. So I don't know why you keep being like, well, it's in town.
I don't know.
It's like, it's great.
It's amazing, and it's helping my ADD. It just makes me feel so much more productive because, like,
yeah,
I really do love to walk, and I was thinking about this. I used to try to walk 2 miles a day outside, but I wasn't doing anything else at the time. So then I'd feel behind in all of my work.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you want to walk in the suburb,
right,
like during your day, you have to take time away. Like,
right.
I walk 1.5 miles almost every day, which now I feel lazy compared to you. Mm-hmm. Just going to the shop, just, getting the things that we need to get. You don't have that. Like, you don't have, so you have to take time out of your life. And this is why I haven't been running, because, like, I don't really have time to, like, take out of my life. I don't have that. And I want one badly. And Thomas is very supportive of it, but I don't know where it would go.
And just so people know, like, I have room for it, but I did not get a new desk for it or anything. I have it under my table. I got a riser, which I love. And I did get another mouse and keyboard just so I could keep them up there too. Which I haven't even set up yet. My ring light's on it right now. And it's just, I just move my laptop back and forth, and it's great. And
it's right around the corner too, just so, like,
it's literally
like,
right there.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like, right in front of
it's really been a lifesaver. It's probably going to keep me
save your life. It's probably going to save your life in some way or another.
And it's helped my mental health.
That's amazing.
And, like,
I got to figure out how to get one in here, because
you will love
it.
You will love it.
I know, I will.
They make smaller ones than mine too.
It's not that. It's where it would go with a riser, because
I wonder if you can move your bed around. Could you get another desk in there?
No. This I don't know. So this flat was originally rented as, like, 2 separate rooms. Like, it was a flat share, and they charged the same for this room as for our bedroom.
Right.
And this room is so much smaller. I have no idea how they charge that much for it. I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would do, but I want to think about it more, because I love the idea of it. I think it'd just be so healthy for me.
Honestly, even if you just got it just to watch TV, like,
I feel like I need a desk in front of me for balance.
Yeah, I do hold on to it sometimes.
Like, I feel like I need that. And honestly, the living room is filling up. We just got a coffee table. I'm not sure if you heard.
I wonder if there's a thing you could clip onto that desk, like, that could come out a little bit.
Come out, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you'll figure it out. You're an inventor.
Sometimes I don't know if I should be, because I come up with wacky ideas. But I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy about that. I think that's going to be such a lifestyle. It is already such a lifestyle improvement for you. How is Wyatt doing with it? I know that he wasn't
better.
About it. Better.
He didn't like the noise.
He had to get used to it.
Yeah. So that was good. Okay, so what was the thorn in your side this week? Besides, I don't know, everything in the world.
Yeah, just the general global situation. The thorn in my side this week. I don't know. What was tough this week?
I know, you've been killing it work-wise. I just have to shout that out.
Thank
like, you've been in Facebook groups. You've been getting new experts. We got a bunch of new experts this week.
Yeah.
We're growing very, very quickly.
Yeah. It's been interesting getting into the Facebook groups. I mean, Facebook groups are insane. And the thing is, I took a bit of a scattershot approach, and then like now the ones that I'm in. So if you hear me say Facebook groups are insane and you're in one with me, not that one. Because I've left the ones that are insane.
Not that one, yeah.
And so like some of them are just so scammy and I'm amazed. Like by the way, I didn't know that all that was going on. I think my particular age sort of was a little bit young to like get into like the Facebook mommy groups.
Yeah.
And then also a little bit old to be, I don't know. It's just like I was like one of the first, like Olivia was the first year that Facebook was a thing in college, right? That you got in the first round. I was like 2 years in. And so I just like, I didn't know like people sell like memberships to like post in
That's
Facebook
new,
groups.
though. That's new.
I know, but like I didn't like people are making money off Facebook groups. I didn't even know like, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much money. I mean, I always doubt that these people are really making a lot of money because I think a lot of people are BSing. But the thorn in my week, just a lot of stuff going on with our flat.
Yeah.
We've had a really noisy washing machine pretty much since it was installed just about a year ago. And we've been telling the landlord, and he's kept saying like, can you do this and that? And I said, I think maybe it's imbalanced. And he said, can you balance it? And I said, no, that's not our job. Anyway, he finally sent a plumber last night. The plumber, just so you know what's going on with our flat, the plumber replaced the handle on the flush in our bathroom, in our toilet, replaced the faucet in the bathroom because our cold water hasn't worked since Thomas moved in 4 years ago.
Wow.
4 years ago. And the faucet in the kitchen, because that had been leaking consistently for 4 years, and they finally replaced that. And while the guy was working on the kitchen, he turned on the washing machine to see what we were talking about, empty, and it wasn't making any noise. And I said, no, it does make noise. And he said, well, it's not now. He said, maybe you overfill it. And I don't know why our landlord does it, and this guy did it too. It's like, no, we're adults. Like, we actually know how to run a home. And I said, no, we don't overfill it. And I've tried really small loads and it does it still. And I went in to tell Thomas, and I was like, he doesn't believe us. And Thomas was like, you need to put stuff in the laundry. Like, obviously, like if you're going to do a test on something, like why would you test it empty? We don't wash it. We don't wash things with nothing in there. And he put stuff in, and it immediately started making the noise.
Yeah.
And he diagnosed it, and he's going to tell the landlord. He said it's either the suspension or the weight in the back. And Thomas said, I wasn't going to let him gaslight my wife, which I loved. So that was kind of the thorn, because it's and the a cabinet in our kitchen just completely disintegrated. Like it's like panels, and it just all fell apart. So now we just have like open storage in our kitchen that we also have to communicate to the landlord, and it's a pain. It's a pain in the butt. But anyway, that is my thorn. What is your thorn?
Well, somebody stole my words this week on Threads again, so we're dealing with that.
Well, somebody who has an audience of like 5 million across
and
accounts,
a man
who says that he supports women.
And I understand people are like, well, the response from some people have been like, well, this phrase has been around for a long time. It was a phrase about divorce, and I obviously write a lot about divorce. For my process, for people that don't know, because maybe you don't even know this, is often when the kids are before bed, I'll sit with the kids and we'll watch shows. Sometimes I watch the shows, and sometimes I'm on my phone snuggling with them. Yeah, I know, shocker. And so when I'm on I'm watching the show too, obviously, but like, I don't need to pay close attention to like crime scene kitchen. And so I will basically like use my notes app and like jot down quips, right? Like that's what I do. Right. Like I've been quipping on the internet since 1998.
You should put that in a thing. Quipping on the internet since 1998.
And look, some of the things I say probably are generic, but they're from my head, and like they're just
Here's the thing, and I'm always the devil's avocado here, right? Like,
you are. I hate that phrase, but yeah.
I always play like common sense police, and
you do,
so I will say like it wasn't the most unique set of words,
right?
It was a unique set of words,
right?
And it was the exact words that you used,
right?
Like in order, like he didn't do anything to change it. And your thread had gone viral.
Right.
And so that's the part. And then he posted it afterwards. And he is known for doing this to other
Women.
female creators. So it's not like I think that if it was, this is like you've said, this has happened to you before with women, and you're like, so who are like, don't have a following, you're like, whatever. The problem is that we are told, Olivia and I have been told, that the fact that our platform, by the way, this concept of a platform that we've been told, which they mean Instagram followers, is only 14.2 thousand and dropping.
Just for Facebook. I mean, just for Facebook. just for fresh starts. Just for fresh starts,
right? And you have
almost 4,000
almost 4,000. I have less than 1,000. Right. But our views on Instagram, by the way, are 150,000 a month.
And
right?
mine's 100,000 alone.
Right. And so all of that, but that our platform is too small to get a book published.
Yeah.
To sell a book. And now other literary agents have said that's not really the case. That needs to be pitched better. Fine, whatever. Love that. Love that for us. But the idea that this man who has 5 million followers across platforms would steal your words when he could do something good for a woman, when his position is that he is a man of God and that he is uplifting women and that he is speaking for women, steals women's words consistently.
Yep.
That is not okay. And just because it's done often and people plagiarize often doesn't mean it's not plagiarism. I think that people don't understand that, I don't know how it works once you put your words on threads or whatever, but that doesn't mean that somebody else can just take them and call them their own.
No.
And I think it's crazy to see how many people do that. But again, he could have done something. And I don't really think we want to be associated with this person.
No.
But he could have done something. He could have helped you out. He could have lifted up women's voices. When he did it to Scarlett Longstreet, he could have lifted up her voice. We could all use that. And this idea that he is out for himself when he is pretending to be out for women, it is very, very, very depraved is what it is.
Yeah. And even when he saw our friend Scarlett, who's been on our podcast many times, he took one of her things, and hers was even more detailed than mine. And it was clearly from her brain.
Yeah.
Right. And he just took it. Yeah.
And other people were sending us screenshots of him doing it to other people. The fact, and I think what's really disturbing to me is that people have responded to you being like, what did you expect to happen?
Right.
Why would you share that? Or one woman who said, well, I don't really think that's a pretty common phrase.
Right. Well,
it's not. And
GFY. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you can go, right. I dare you. This person isn't going to be able to get 8,000 people on that one thread alone, which is a small thread
my
for you.
threads have 4.3 million views just in the last week.
It's too small.
So
you can't get a book written.
Yeah. Yes, all of that. And it's I just want to repeat, it is never okay to steal somebody's content, whether it's a picture, whether it's words. I posted in a PR group that I'm in that just to see if anybody had information for this person before I am sending this to our lawyer, because it is my words. And some of the people in the group were so nasty to me and basically were like, oh, your lawyer is rolling their eyes at you. Or like, you knew what you were doing. And I want to be like,
don't understand.
I want to be like,
sorry.
Oh, was it what I was wearing? He stole my words because of what I was wearing.
Here's the thorn in my life. Here's the question in my life. You have one life to live. Right. You're going to get on the internet and be nasty to other people because you think they don't understand the world.
Well,
and you're a publicist. Your job as a publicist in this PR group in particular is to make relationships.
I'm just looking. Hold on.
So, if you are looking for a publicist, come talk to Olivia and I, because we'll tell you if your publicist is actively ruining relationships in Facebook groups.
Go see if he took that post down. Somebody just messaged me that he may have taken the post down on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Wait, I want to see. I'm going to be honest. I want to just read some of these comments. Somebody said to me, okay, this is a man in the Facebook group, said, from where did he plagiarize it? Was it on social media? If so, it's fair game. It is never fair game to steal somebody's content.
That doesn't make it work.
Right. Somebody else said, this is the internet and this is how it works. Also, if you ever post it to any form of social media, then you've agreed to share it and allow others to post these words.
That's not how that works either.
No.
By the way, even if that's how it works, which it's not, is that who you want to be in the world? Somebody that goes and steals other people's words out of their mouth and then goes, I support women? That's who you want to be? And this guy's not going to like you just because you're nasty to somebody else that's in your profession.
No. And then somebody said,
he's not going to ingratiate. He doesn't care,
Somebody said, also, I'm fairly certain I wrote something very similar 15 years ago. LOL. Yeah, okay. Bye.
Fairly certain. I'm not talking
somebody else said to that person, It happens to me all the time. Maybe people will tag me. Maybe she should DM him and ask for credit. I said, I did this repeatedly. He's blocked me.
Yeah. Maybe.
And then it's funny because a lot of the women are like, yeah. And then this is a lovely comment from, I'm going to just say her name, Lynette. She said, while you're not looking, your lawyer is rolling his or her eyes and then laughing while he or she sends you the bill. Maybe pick your battles a little better. Not everything needs or warrants a legal threat.
Hey,
okay,
Lynette. Hey, Lynette.
GFY.
No, that's not what I have to say, Lynette.
Well, that's what I have to say.
Hey, yes. Lynette, you need to find a better lawyer because your lawyer doesn't like you.
And then here's another guy.
Your lawyer shouldn't treat you like that, Lynette.
This guy, Ross, says, perform a Google search. Perform a Google search of those sentences and quotes. That will do an exact match search. It's out there in multiple forms for multiple people. No real way to document origin. And I comment, I go, origin, I wrote it. Those are my words. And then he goes, they're wonderful words, but litigating will be costly and fruitless.
Yeah,
how about I get
litigate
to decide?
It? Yeah, by the way, how about a cease and desist letter litigating it? Calm down.
And actually, I'm going to shout out to Dick here, who said, I'm sorry that happened. It's a terrific expression on an idea that you created. Thank you, Dick.
Thank you, Dick.
So, I just want to call this out because I think that, often...
they didn't take it down.
No, okay.
On Facebook?
No.
No, it's still here.
Okay. I don't know, maybe he blocked her. He's been blocking people that
not
have
clever
been
enough
commented.
to block me, and I'm like the top.
Here's the thing. Here's the last thing I'm going to say about this, and then we're going to move on.
I'm just going to post send it to you.
Is that in professional groups, whether it's a professional group, whether it's a divorce professional group, whether it's a PR professional group, you have to be professional and mindful of the way you speak to people. I screenshot everything. And if I have somebody come to me and say, do you know this person? I will say, yeah, I do know them. This is the way they spoke to me.
I'm going to remind you something, which is that is a group for publicists. And publicity and PR is all about relationships. So if you are with a publicist that's nasty to people, good luck. That's not a good position for a publicist to take, honestly. And I would love to see that publicist if that was their client's words that were stolen. They would not be like, your lawyer's going to roll their eyes at you. They would be like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That's what, this is a business that's built on relationships. So again, if you are thinking about working with a publicist, come talk to Olivia and I, because she will tell you if they've ever been, because we see it all the time. We see publicists in these groups being racist. We see publicists saying awful things about millennials. We see publicists saying demeaning things about women, female publicists. So come talk to us, because they are not nice.
No, they're not. They're not nice.
Wild.
Very racist. Very, very. If you're looking for a publicist, ask us first, because we will direct you to the people who are not horrible humans.
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, that rant. By the way, love that. I'm going to clip that one out, and we're going to save that one forever. But you know what it really comes down to, and you are an etiquette expert, it comes down to, what do you always say about etiquette? It's kindness with boundaries and making people feel warm. Speaking of which, as on this call, you were in Newsweek again, live breaking news.
What was I talking about?
What were you talking about? A woman invited a school acquaintance to her wedding and then demanded that the woman do her makeup at the wedding because she's a makeup artist. So, yes.
I had a lot of feelings about that.
Okay. Moving on, because we do have a podcast in 11 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah. What is your weekly wisdom for this week? I thought we just shared a lot of really powerful weekly wisdom. What is your weekly wisdom for this week?
If you have the instinct to be mean to somebody on the internet, I want you to think to yourself, what does this accomplish, and should I go to therapy instead? I don't know what you think it accomplishes being mean to somebody on the internet. They are just another human being trying to make it through. And just be trying to pragmatic police other people. You have no idea. This is, I guess, what it comes down to. You have no idea what is going on in other people's lives. So if you can be kind, and if you can't, then maybe type it in your notes app.
Or wonder why you're angry at that person.
Yeah. And I would consider going to the expert guide and finding a therapist. I can think of, a number off the top of my head who would be able to help you with that.
Or life coach, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do? We both did our thorns, right? Yeah. Okay. My weekly wisdom has nothing to do with anything we talked about, but it's something you and I talked about a little bit earlier this week,
okay.
which is, if a child is late for school, do not ask why. And I'm gonna
my rant this week.
but it actually happened with my kids. No. I didn't even tell you this. Is that twice this year, my older son has horrible allergies. He couldn't sleep all night. I let him sleep till 11, and then I took him into school twice.
Yeah.
And now there's a certain person at school that every time I drive them and they get out of the car, apparently the kids have told me that this person goes, "Oh, were you sleeping late?" Like that.
Okay.
Like, you know.
So I need to call them?
So I just want to be clear. You don't know why a kid is being driven to school or why they're late. Don't ask, because it could be that their parents are fighting. It could be that somebody was sick. It could be that one of their siblings had a tantrum. It could be that their mom.
Children don't control cars.
Right.
And they don't get to decide when they leave for school. And we were always asked, "Why are you late? Why are you late? Can you try to be here early?" No, we couldn't. We didn't get to control when our dad got back from his girlfriend's apartment in Brooklyn. And we weren't able to get to school any earlier than that. And it just made me feel really bad.
Really horrible.
And honestly,
Yeah.
it had nothing to do with my performance in school, because I was always, just like Weston, a wonderful student.
So don't ask if you're a teacher, don't ask why the kid's late. I'm going to end this episode on a really high note, which is Mother's Day is this weekend. I don't have a gift for Mom, but that's not what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to go to the crystal shop. You know, she likes don't listen to this, Mom. She likes the oddest things that I get her sometimes. I happen to get her a, I can't remember the gem, but a gem bracelet that's like a protection bracelet, and she doesn't take it off. It's so funny.
You just never know with her.
Right. So I might go get her another, just like some bracelets.
Okay, can you get me something for me too?
Yes, but that's not what I was going to say. We are partnering with Paid Leave for All, which we love to partner with. We're very picky with who we partner with over here at Fresh Starts, and Paid Leave for All with our friend Adrienne Wright and Dawn Hucklebridge. And I am giving away a coaching session with me and a hypnosis. And so be on the lookout for that this weekend. And we are launching our 5th podcast this weekend because I'm a crazy person.
Do you understand why she needs to walk while she podcasts? That's most of what she does.
How Does She Do It All, which is a podcast celebrating single and solo motherhood. We are dropping the first 4 episodes this weekend. One of them is mine. It's Adrienne Wright, Leslie Gray Streeter. I almost said Lynn. That's her sister. Leslie Gray Streeter, Scarlett Longstreet, and myself. And every episode, they're not long because they're for moms and I want them to listen. Every episode is totally different wisdom. They're fantastic. They're fun. And it's our first show with an original theme song. So I'm really excited about that. So please go check them out this weekend. We're going to be launching all 4 this weekend and then, marketing them over the next, obviously, month. And then we have more coming out soon, too, with some really great cool people.
Yeah.
People of all, one thing I wanted was to interview single moms of all different stages. So, currently single moms, but moms who have raised kids who are, what do they do? And so I'm very excited about that. Okay, well, we are going to let you all go. Thank you for coming along this journey with us. We will see you next week.
It's a fresh story, come and see. With Olivia and Jenny, be who you need to be. Honest voices, safe and strong. Come as you are, you belong. So take a breath, let's begin. You're not alone, we're here again.